Hello everyone, I'm back again, and this is part 2 of showing all the entities from our series, the Facility series. We are still continuing to talk about William, Entity 1. Today we will finally talk about his backstory and lore, and finish talking about the rest of his variants and their backstories. And lastly, me and John will talk about our opinions about his backstory. So with that out of the way, let's continue. Now, Entity 1's backstory isn't really that simple. It's more complex when we talk about how he got to, buff and bones everywhere. Now, William's backstory starts when his mom died when he was around 8 years old. They were driving somewhere and boom, she got ran over. He lived, but she died. But that wasn't really that important. Where his backstory starts to get important is after his dog died. How his dog basically died is one day he was playing with his dog back in the backyard of his house, and suddenly, boom, there's a fox. What does his dog do? He fights it. He tries to fight it off, but in the end, the dog dies. So what does William do? A young 9-year-old boy. He just saw his childhood dog die right in front of him. He beats the living crap out of the fox, killing it! And after that, he's traumatized now. And that's why William has a character trait. If you kill an animal without any reason, like for sport, he will murder you. But now, William's a 20-year-old. He just became a lumberjack like his father, and he's chopping away behind his house again. But then suddenly, something random grabs him, lifts him up in the air, and it's this big, 10-foot tall, deer-like monster. But before William can do anything, he passes out. Now, for context, this isn't a monster. It's an old curse. This thing roamed around back when the dinosaurs were around. And since then, it's had 2 ancestors. Here's what the original one looked like. The other 2 don't have a design yet. But all I can say is one was from Egypt and one was from when the knights were around. Now, usually, these guys died of old age, around like 150 to 200 years. And then their skulls, which contain their power, stay there until someone wears it, which transfers their powers into them. But this one, the one that grabbed William, didn't want to die. He basically just said, you know what, I want to die early. So he transferred his energy into William, which, by the way, kills the host. So after the monster dies, William wakes up. He's already mutating. He doesn't get to his full size yet. He's only around 8 feet. He's supposed to get to 10 feet. And his skull isn't fully functioned to the one he has right now. I'll explain that in the end, why it looks like that. He goes to his father. His father sees him. Instead of being scared of him, he still accepts him. But everyone in his village doesn't. Eventually the cops get there, and William is surrounded. But what does he do? He ends up murdering them all. Not on purpose, it's because the skull isn't fully ready yet, so it freaks out, releasing all his power into rage, which caused him to lash out. So his father ended up taking the blame for it. He chose to do it, not like William forced him to. William ran away into the forest. A couple months later, William sees that his dad got executed due to the mass murder of cops. And then William tries to give society another chance, saying, you know what, that was my fault. Maybe I can fix it. But they don't accept him again. And then they call the cops again. So what happens? He lashes out again. But this time, he ends up passing out. And before the police can take him into custody, the PDA show up, which stands for Planet Defense Agency. And that's how he became one of the first entities. And now, I know none of you are thinking this, but if someone is, how could he just not escape? He can. He just chooses not to. He's traumatized, no one will accept him, so he just stays there, like a puppet, ready to be useful. And now he just collects entities or protects the facilities. And that's basically Entity 1's whole storyline so far. It's not the most complicated thing, but it's something. And that's all the time we have right now. I'm sorry we couldn't get the full thing done right here. Watch part 3 and we'll talk about our opinions and I'll show the rest of the entities for sure this time. See you guys later. Bye.